Yes, yeah, a while ago.
I can give you a tour sometime.
With, what's the
Yeah.
years ago.
Let's share something exciting, Lee. Can I come to the Mayor's Parlour, Barry, and we'll tell you
Mayor's
what's all about.
Parlour. Come on in.
Hello there, I'm Barry Robinson for Scarborough TV News. I'm out and about. My journey has taken me to the middle of Scarborough, where I've met our very own Mayor, Andrew Backhouse, Councillor Andrew Backhouse. Now, Andrew, here we are in this magnificent building, which is the Scarborough Town Hall. We're in your special parlour. Tell me, what are we doing here today?
Well, today we're going to try and promote Ride the BoS, which is a wonderful, unique cycle ride that we've put together over a lot of months, to be fair, Barry, working with a small, unique team of management people who are experienced, a lot more than I am, of course, to ensure that we have this cycle ride that goes to and through every single one of the 94 villages, hamlets and towns within this wonderful Borough of Scarborough.
So what gave you the idea, though, of actually getting on your bike and going to all these beautiful, wonderful places?
When we became Mayor and Mayoress, when I became the Mayor, obviously, part of our intention through the mayoral year was to try and engage more on the ground and go out and meet the people, rather than have this expectation, you come to us. We're not like that. We're grounded people. We'd like to think we're grounded people. And we're very well aware that, without even checking, that there'll be some pockets of our community that have never had a visit from either the Mayor, Mayoress, Deputy Mayor, Deputy Mayoress. And we wanted to try and amend that if we could. And so we looked at lots of things and said, how can we do this? There's a lot of places to visit and go through, and is it possible? And my wife said, yeah, we're going to cycle to them. And that's how it started. Now, clearly there's a huge impetus this year with the Grand Départ Tour de France coming on board, and there's a lot more excitement and interest around cycling in general. And it's just something, it's not unique, let's be honest, it is not unique, but it's unique to us as a borough. And it's unique in regards to having a Mayor and Mayoress, because we're both doing it, who are going to cycle 200 miles over 4 days and visit 94 villages, hamlets and towns on one saddle. Well, not one saddle literally, obviously. But that's what it's all about, getting out there. We're not stopping at every place, Barry, don't get me wrong. We've got designated spot points, but we're going through everywhere. The list will be shared on a daily basis through the media, obviously, and we'd like people to come and support us en route. It's not going to be easy. Come on, I'm 14 stone, on the age of 50. I don't ride a bike every day, but I'm doing my bit.
So what training have you had for this? Because if I was to go on a bike and I had to go all these miles, I mean, how far is this again? 200 miles, 94 towns, 1,400 feet going up and down. I mean, that will kill me.
So training-wise, we're trying to get out 3-4 times a week, and we're doing maybe 25 to 40, 50 miles on each ride, which sounds a lot, and it is a lot. And it's fitting it in, and because we have children of various ages, we've got a business to run, of course, and we still have our commitments through the mayoral role and engagements. As an example, I was out yesterday at 6 o'clock in the morning, leaving my house at 6 o'clock in the morning for 2.5 hours on the bike. And my wife was the day before. We sort of split
That is very keen. 6 o'clock in the morning.
You've got to remember I was a milkman for 25 years, so 6 o'clock's a hell of a lane for me. I'm up every morning at 6 o'clock, walking the dogs normally. We've got to focus on this. We've got to make it right. We've got to make it enjoyable as well, because it's not a race. It's a tour to be enjoyed. And for example, over the 4 days, we've got each day's cumulative riding in miles, 60, 50, 50, 40. And you think, can I ride 60 miles? Well, it's challenging at one go when you're not a professional, committed cyclist, as we're not. But when you break it down and say, well, actually, when we set off, we've got to ride 15 miles and we're having a break. Can you ride 15 miles? Yeah, of course you can. We'll have a break. Then you ride another 9 miles and you have your lunch. Sorted. So you break it down to little bits and you get the mindset. And when you're cycling with a group, you bring each other through, and you're using that camaraderie to get each other through it. Like I said, it's not a race. You know, there's a lot of thought gone into this, a hell of a lot of organisation. We've got a maximum of 40 riders in groups of 8, so 5 groups, and each group has a guide, a properly trained guide to get them through it.
How much money do you think you're going to raise for all this?
As long as we raise something, you know, a pound is better than nothing, obviously. We'd like to raise a lot of money. But part of the actual sort of concept of this ride is to make sure that there's a continuity of benefit to the borough. It will leave a lasting legacy of a route where people can come into the borough, they can spend money within our economy, boost the tourist industry and become healthy at the same time, and see everything we have to offer. We're born and bred Scarboroughians, myself and my wife, the Mayoress, and we've been down some roads doing the route, obviously, we'd never been down before. and you suddenly get this wonderful vista and you go, wow, aren't we fantastically lucky to live in a place like this? That's what it's all about, sharing our wonderful borough. Let people enjoy that experience and share it and shout about it and be proud about it.
Andrew, Cycle Yorkshire. At the bottom of these banners says Cycle Yorkshire. Now, what does that mean?
Very positive, Cycle to Yorkshire. The actual emblem that we're using down there is only allowed to be used for set purposes, and this is the purpose we've got it. The Tour de France Grand Départ team have set up a different branch of that called the Legacy Initiative team. And what they are tasked with is identifying and looking out and working with routes and rides around England now, not just Yorkshire, that are a sufficient standard and robust enough and professional enough to be a Legacy Initiative route. We, Ride the BoS, have been approved by the Tour de France Grand Départ team as a Legacy Initiative route.
What a compliment.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And as a virtue of that, we have the allowance to use Cycle Yorkshire logos everywhere we go. And that branding within the cycling world clearly and instantly identifies you as Legacy Initiative route.
Now, before you go, we're going to give you a special little sports camera because we want you to do some filming for us.
Brilliant. Excellent. Yeah, I'm up for that, of course. And wouldn't that be great if it can be either head cammed off the helmet or on the handlebars? I don't know which one's better, to be fair, but I'm absolutely up for that, Barry. We can record the whole route for you, and then we can play it in Benny Hill fashion at the end.
We'll gaffer tape it. We'll gaffer tape it to your forehead here, so it's here. So you'll be all right.
I'll be sunburnt with a strap.
Yeah,
but there
that's
you go.
right.
Yeah, no, brilliant, absolutely.
Andrew, I wish you all the luck in the world. I think it's a great idea. I'll give you 12 out of 10.
Oh, thank you very much. Very kind of you.
I'm Barry Robinson for Scarborough TV News, talking to our Mayor, Councillor Andrew Backhouse.